And welcome to Local Edition on Time Warner Cable. I'm Steve Swatt with the Sacramento Report. In the next few minutes, we're going to talk about critical issues affecting higher education in California. My guest this segment is Doss Williams, a member of the State Assembly, chair of the Higher Education Committee, representing Ventura, Santa Barbara counties. Thanks very much for being with us.
Thanks for having me, Steve.
So what is the status of higher education? There was some more money in the budget as proposed by Governor Brown after years and years of pretty devastating cuts. Tuition is flat and will be flat, for this year. So are things looking up, or are we just treading water?
I think things are looking up, and I really praise the governor for his leadership. His budget proposes to restore $10 billion to our K-12 schools, and a significant part of restoration for our community colleges. And this has been badly needed because our community colleges have not been able to offer enough courses for people to complete in 2 years.
And it's been the stepchild of CSU and UC since 1960.
It
Master
is.
Plan started.
Though now it's a little reversed. Things are going to look much better in the community colleges, but unfortunately, the governor's budget is not enough for the CSU and the UC to do what they are called to do under the master plan, which is to preserve affordability, which has been the governor's emphasis, and to preserve access. And unfortunately, they have had to turn away 20,000 to 30,000 students that qualify for the last several years. And to change that, we need to give them a little bit more funding. And so it's an investment in our future. It's an investment in our economy. We need to have enough skilled, educated graduates for the future. And to do that, the UC and CSU need their funding.
If you talk to some people who've watched Jerry Brown over the years, going back to 1975 when he first took office, they would say he's always been a little bit stingy when it comes to higher education.
I think he's just careful. I think he has some expectations in terms of speed to graduation and in terms of ease of transferability.
And
affordability. And affordability. Those expectations are ones that I share with the governor, and we just need to make sure that the governor gets what he wants in those regards, because those are good goals, but that the UC and CSU each get an augmentation that's about $100 million more than what the governor has proposed, which is actually a very small amount of money in the scheme of things, but very important for our future.
While you're here, I want to ask you about another subject, because I know you're on the Natural Resources Committee and you're concerned with energy efficiency and the renewables. And we were talking before we started this interview and you were saying that Californians' use of renewable energy is actually down.
Yes, in the last year it has slipped. And we made some very bold moves a couple years ago, creating a 33% renewable standard that goes into effect in 2020. My fear is, even though solar is going up, wind and other renewable energy is actually going down. The congressional Republicans blocked the tax credit for wind that the president was fighting for, and we're not doing enough to get geothermal, wind, and other renewables online. We have to do more. And of course, people can do more in their own habits. Water conservation in the middle of a drought is one of the best ways they can save energy. And of course, energy efficiency, insulation, light bulbs, all the rest.
All right. Well, we're out of time for this segment, but fascinating subjects. Assemblyman Williams, thanks for coming in and talking to us. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
And thanks to our viewers for watching Local Edition on Time Warner Cable. A reminder, you can see this and other interviews on YouTube, also on My Government on Demand. I'm Steve Swatt. Have a great day.